Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar covering your bases, military buyers and sellers with MAPS coaches Karina Gafford and Lindsay Litton. Please note that this webinar is being recorded and you will automatically receive the webinar recording. If you have any questions for your coach, please type them into the questions box located in your webinar taskbar. Following the webinar, if you have any questions about today's call or coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. That is FASTTRACK@kw.com. That's all for me. Karina and Lindsay, take it away.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much. We're so excited to have everyone join us on this call. So we hope that you are ready to get started, to learn more about what it means to work with the military market and how to increase your business, not only directly with working with buyers and sellers that are military families, but also growing your referral base within the military community. So I am your coach, well, one of your coaches, Lindsay Litton. I am so excited again to be here with you. Over the past several years, I have experienced what it means to be a military family firsthand. My husband is active duty military, and I have launched my real estate team along with my business partner, Karina Gafford, in San Antonio, Texas, which happens to be Military City, USA. Survived a PCS, and for those of you on the call that don't know what that means moving to now Colorado, and I now call Colorado Springs my home. So Karina, give everyone a brief intro on you and let's kick this off.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. So I am also a military spouse. My husband just retired from the Air Force down here in San Antonio last year. So we have made it through to the other side after 9 PCSs, during which we bought several of our own homes and had the great opportunity to work with companies like Military by Owner as we moved around the U.S. until I met the lovely Miss Lindsay Litton here in San Antonio, and we began working with military family clients down here with many bases. And so over the last 4 years, we've sold just around $90 million worth of real estate in the military market.
So we're excited that you guys are here and taking this initial step. So we've got some homework for you. We want to take out a pen and pad. So grab a pen, grab a pad, and here's our first question for you. And for some reason, it's not popping up on our screen here. But our first question is, who do you currently work with? We want you to just take 30 seconds and define who you work with. And what do I mean by that? I mean, who are your clients? Are they first-time home buyers? Are they military families? Are they doctors? Are they teachers? Are they, men and women in uniform that serve, local markets and the police force? Who are your clients? So just make 30 seconds, jot it down. Once you've done that, what we really want you to do is take a step back and look at who your current clients are. Now ask yourself, based on my current client base, would my business benefit from working with military families? All right? So just write those 2 things down. I want you to keep that in your mind as we go through the course today, because we're really going to be pushing your mindset, thinking beyond maybe some of the misconceptions you have of what it means to work with the military market.
And if you get a second, if you go into the chat box, be sure to introduce yourself, where you're from, and if you work with military families, how many have you worked with previously? So I'm going to go ahead and start with myself, Karina Gafford, San Antonio, and Lindsay and I worked with about 600 military families total.
Yes, thank you, Karina. It is so key for us to go through this exercise, as you'll find out as we continue to go through this initial class and then talk with you about taking our 8-week course. It's really important, and the reason why Karina and I have been able to serve so many military families is because we got really defined on who our target market is. And for us, that's serving military families. So the big question that we're going to ask everyone here. And thank you guys so much for filling out the chat. Keep throwing your questions into the chat with what Karina asked so that we can continue to have a really community-driven presentation today. Why the heck do you want to work with the military market? Karina, why do you want to work with the military market?
All right, that is a really good question, and we actually addressed this in our market center meeting a couple of weeks back. When I asked in the market center how many people had in that team meeting, how many had worked with military families, I think only one person had raised their hand. When I asked how many actually wanted to work with military families, everyone raised their hands, which was awesome to see. And so I know that there's 63 people here attending this webinar right now. So thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to be with us. And I know that means that y'all all do want to work with, or at least curious about working with the military family, and you should be, because active duty families represent 2% of all home buyers in a year. They've got a median home price of $255,000. So just to put that in perspective, I think the median home price last year was around $230,000. So I remember it was a little bit more. That might not be exactly accurate. It could be 235, but it was pretty close. Veterans represent 17% of all home buyers in a year, and they had a median home price of $229,000. So 17 plus 2, that's 19%. We're already up to about 1 in every 5 home buyers that you might encounter are military. So if you're still not sure, what if we told you that one buyer is worth about $25,000 in GCI to you? I know that math doesn't really add up when you're looking at a $255,000 home price, so bear with us and let me show you what I came up with, because I am the data nerd in our business. One military buyer, it's true, is worth about 25,000 GCI in 3 years. I'm basing this off a $255,000 median sales price, 3% commission, and that's for active duty, so that we've got a baseline framework from which to begin. Obviously, you want to update the numbers for your market median. I know there's probably people on here from San Diego and places where you're laughing at our $255,000, but that's a big deal in San Antonio. And so in year 1, you help a military buyer buy a house. You earn a commission just under $8,000. Year 2, if you actually follow up, you implement the systems that KW teaches you, you do your 36 touch, we're going to walk you through exactly how to yield a referral from every buyer that you work with. That's a huge source of our business for us. They'll refer a friend. They will do it. Word of mouth is a huge driver in the military market. And Lindsay's perfected a phenomenal system for yielding that as well, which we'll share with you guys. We'll walk you through step by step so that you can build that business. So refer a friend, just under 8,000. Year 3, they're PCSing. So the average person stays in their home for, what did it say? The latest statistic, it was like 10 years, 11 years.
Yeah.
Military families live every 2 to 3 years. So they're going to sell their house. If they don't sell their house in year 3, we're going to walk you through as well another exit strategy, how you have a discussion with someone about property management, and you help connect them with a property manager through your brokerage so that they can rent that house out for a couple of years and then sell it. So this could be 5 years, but let's say market is good. We're selling it 3 years. It's another 8,000 roughly. And at the same time, you're referring them to a fellow agent at their next duty station. So we're going to walk you through, if you haven't used Kelly yet, we're going to walk you through how you can use Kelly, how you can build, and Lindsay mentioned already, build community here within our group. We'll have a Facebook group for y'all as well, so you can make connections, you can grow referrals, and you can build an opportunity to grow your referral income. We have we sent out, I think we closed about 19 million in referrals last year, just connecting military families with other agents in our network, and each of the referrals came out to an average of about $2,100 each. So, but the repeat business that I mentioned is not automatic.
Yes, and everyone likes to think that it is. So what we're going to walk you through here is basically a marketing plan that can help create more substantial income. So just like Karina defined, right? That $25,000 of GCI, it is on the table. It's just a matter of how well you can stay in communication with your clients so that you can ensure that you get every single opportunity to work with that military family and their referrals. So what we're going to walk you through is basically, word of mouth is critical in the military community. We're going to teach you in our 8-week course on how to build a effective effective word of mouth campaign through social media. I've taken all the BOLD classes, I've implemented all the principles, and I've translated those principles into what works within the military community through social media. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in your own community. Relationships are key, and authenticity is something that means a lot to the military community. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to help you define what is your area of authenticity within the military community, whether it be, and I was just going through a lot of the questions or in the question chat here, a lot of the folks on the call, you're in communities that have military folks. You're either a military retiree or you're a military spouse. I want to give a shout out to the spouses that commented, because you've got a genuine connection directly into the military community. So we're going to help you form your value proposition on how to use your connection so that you can make more meaningful connections and relationships to foster a community that will continue to thrive your business. And I want to give you one more. This isn't just about commission, right, Karina?
Yep.
This is about making an impact within your community. And we're going to talk a lot about that a little bit later on, about taking your business and looking at the social impact that you can create not only locally, but nationally as you serve the military families within your own community.
Awesome. So, thank you, Lindsay.
I think the next step that we really want to take you on is a journey of taking a look inside again. So we're going to go back into that mindset of what, does your current business look like? So Karina's going to walk you through a self-evaluation. We're going to ask, again, take out your pen and pad, that you rate yourself and be honest, right? A lot of you guys put in how many families that you're working with. I know there's another gal here that's here in the Springs. She's worked with 20 military families here in the Springs. The Springs is a mini version of San Antonio. We have so many military bases, and there's such a huge opportunity to work with military families. So let's go through the self-evaluation, and we're going to guide you through on how you can grow your business.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Lindsay. Okay, so you're obviously here because you're curious about working with the military, and you want to make sure that this class is going to be a good fit for you. We know it's going to be a good fit for you. Or for anyone who wants to work with the military community. And obviously looking at our previous numbers, 1 in 5 of the buyers that you connect with are military buyers. So why would you not want to work with this community? So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5 with the following 5 questions. 1 is needs improvement, and 5 is rockstar level. If you're rockstar level, please send a message to Lindsay and I. We would love to connect with you. And for everyone else, let's get you to rockstar level as quickly as we can. And that's the purpose of this class. So number 1, how many military clients I work with in a year? Again, this is your own evaluation. Number 2, my understanding of VA loans and how to guide clients through the process. So do you understand all of the key metrics of underwriting and whether somebody would qualify for a VA loan and how to connect them with a good lender? Number 3, my understanding of my immediate military community and their needs. So what bases are there? What do they, what purpose, what mission are they serving? Number 4, my understanding of how to attract military clients and build that military referral business. And we'll have lead gen activities in just about every single one of the 8 sessions of the class. So you'll have an active opportunity to lead generate in the class because very wise man, Mr. Gary Keller, said the solution to just about every problem is more lead gen. So number 5, and we lead our business with that. Number 5, my understanding of how to find agents at other bases who could effectively assist my military clients. Kelly is an awesome tool and will help you again connect with other agents within this course too. Before you get too concerned about working with the military though, it's important to understand that the military market is going to have a lot of similarities with the civilian market. So you're still going to need your consistent, persistent touches. You'll still need your 36 touch. The military community, it represents a complete cross-section of the U.S. population and all socioeconomic levels from working class up to C-suite exec levels. So they're not all drill sergeants. And I know that that's a big conception about anyone who hasn't worked with the military community yet. Your military clients are really going to appreciate someone who's personable and who's high service oriented. And I know that's so much of the culture of Keller Williams, and it's a huge component of the reason why Lindsay and I are so committed to working with Keller Williams in bringing this class.
Well, and one thing we want to point out, as you're going through the self-evaluation and as you're rating yourself, and as Karina has so graciously defined, that it's hard to throw all military families in a bucket and say they're all the same. We also want to highlight that as you continue to build upon and expand your lid within the military market, you're going to run into some challenges. And I just want to be real direct about it here. You know, you're going to run into some potential clients and agents that believe that, you know, only military that have served in the military can serve the military community. And Karina and I, being military spouses, know that, you know, her and I have never served, and I will never wear that badge of honor. However, we've lived the lifestyle. We understand what it means to serve the families. And we think that there is a niche no matter what opportunity there is for you. So if you have served, directly working with veterans can be an awesome niche for you. If you're a military spouse like Karina and I, we tend to work with other military spouses, and that has been a wonderful niche for us. So I want to just throw that out there because I know a lot of folks live in the misconception that I can't work with the military market unless I served. We're here to tell you that you can. And even if you're not a military spouse or a veteran, upping your lid, providing education, getting yourself equipped for dealing with this community, you can be one of the best change agents. And some of the best buyer agents on our team have never lived our life at all, but they just have a passion, a patriot heart to serve our community.
Thanks. That is awesome. Okay, so I want to get into a little bit more about the program. As the team lead for our hub here in San Antonio, we're going to be taking some of the tactics that have helped us grow our market. Like I mentioned earlier, we've closed roughly $90 million in residential sales in San Antonio in the past few years, in a predominantly military or a heavy military market, I should say. But it's important to note that this is in a community that neither Lindsay nor I were from. Lindsay, I think, had been here about a year before she started in real estate, and I had arrived in San Antonio about a month before she tricked me into joining her here. We had no sphere of influence, so we were starting from scratch, ground zero, and we'll help you build. If you're new in your community too, we'll help walk you through what that looks like. We're also two mamas. We've got two young kids. I have preschoolers. Lindsay started when she had preschoolers as well, and so we say all that to say, if we can do this, you can do this too.
Yeah, if Karina and I, with all the challenges that we have been given, can do this, anyone can do this. And so we are living proof that no matter what the obstacles are, you can always overcome them. And I can't tell you how many times when I got my real estate license, everyone said it was the most stupidest thing I could have ever done because I was a military spouse. I didn't know anyone. I would be moving soon, and there was no reason for me to grow my business because I would just be leaving it. And I'm here to say, with the right partnerships, with the right framework, anything is possible. And Karina has continued to carry the torch in San Antonio. We continue to be a top producing team there within the Keller Williams family and are dang proud of what we've done, and we want to teach you how to do it too. So what we're teaching you in this 8-week program, as I mentioned, is that we're going to teach you the process to discover your authentic communication to serve the military market. So what that looks like is we're going to define your value proposition and how to communicate that effectively to the military. And I know there was a couple folks that had mentioned that, you know, there's some anecdotal things that a lot of people will embrace and say to military members. So we're going to teach you how to form authentic communication. We're going to walk you through the tactical training in sales and marketing that will help you grow your customer base. I tend to gravitate more to the marketing side, and Karina is just crazy beast when it comes to the sales. So between the two of us, you're going to be getting a complete crash course on what it means to grow your military market. We're also going to give you the tools and techniques to manage your business. One of the first things that Karina did when she and I joined forces was help me implement a 33 touch and a CRM system, because it was nothing but sticky notes everywhere when she entered my office and looked at me and asked, "Where are you keeping track of these people?" And I said, "Look, they're here, all in the sticky notes." So we're going to teach you how to organize your business and grow it. And as Karina mentioned, flashbacks to the sticky notes. And as Karina has mentioned, we've created an exclusive Facebook group, which is unique to our program so that you get live interaction with Karina and I. And so what I wanted to do with this exclusive Facebook group for signing up for the program is to not only get you connected with Karina and I, but also show you how I build communities and how I grow Facebook groups. And so just by participating in the group, you're going to get a lot of tips and tricks on how to grow your local communities as well. So let's jump into, what are your goals? Bring that pen and pad back out, and let's talk about, what do you want to accomplish? What is your value proposition? Do you have one right now? I can't tell you how many agents I talk to, and they literally, my value proposition is, I am here to help you buy and sell a home. Really? Because I'm pretty sure I know like 40,000 other agents that want to help me do that too. What makes you authentic and unique? Why do I want to work with you? What is your current biasism and mindset for working with military clients? I literally want to throw up every time I hear someone say, well, I don't want to work with the military market because the VA loan, that's just so hard to deal with. Well,
it's just a checklist.
It is a checklist. And if you know how to work with the VA, then it can be the easiest loan process. I actually don't even know how to do a conventional loan because I've only done VA for the most part. When I get conventional or FHA, I'm like, whoa, what is this? So
once you take stuff off the checklist.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some things off. So once you get the checklist, and we're gonna give you the checklist in the program, we make it smooth sailing. And we're gonna push you. Karina and I are all about pushing each other. I got into real estate when my son was 6 months old, and everyone told me that there was no way I was gonna be able to sell houses. And with my first year, I can't even remember my numbers. Karina probably knows it. I sold at least 3 million my first year. We doubled that my second. Gosh, by the time Karina joined me, I won't even tell you what happened to our production. So we're going to give you the roadmap and help you increase your lead and leverage your local community for online and in-person authenticity. I can't even say it enough because I want you to be authentic when you work with the military market.
All right. So Lindsay's talked a lot about what are your goals? We also have some goals for teaching this class. So a big, huge motivation in teaching this class for us is to help share a little bit of our mission. So as you move through this course, you start working with more military families, there's going to be some major issues you run into. Transitioning into retirement from active duty life is a big one. I have many clients right now going through that process, and military spouse unemployment too. So these are two major things. And we're gonna talk to you a little about how you can help them. One of the ways that you can do that is by growing the military arm of your business so big and so quickly that you need to hire a veteran or a military spouse. So we are all about combating military spouse unemployment. So we seek to help transitioning veterans. And my husband actually transitioned out of the Air Force when he retired, and he joined our team too. So there'll be a little spotlight from him during the course about what it was like to go through that. And then also to combat the 23% military spouse unemployment rate, which is over 4 times that of our civilian peers. And so some of the ways that we've hired military spouses and some of the ways that you can hire military spouses and transitioning veterans is as virtual assistant, admins, transaction coordinators, ISAs, and I've listed a few more here below. The other part of our goal for you in this course is that we want to help contribute to our scholarship program for military spouses so that they can launch careers in the real estate industry as well. So we'll be contributing everything that Lindsay and I earn from the launch of this class. Will be going directly into a scholarship fund to help grow that program. So just by signing up for this course, you'll be directly and positively contributing to the military community. And then Lindsay has a badge created for you as well to show that you support the military community and you work with the military community. You'll receive that after you start the class so that you can share that on, and she'll give you best practice as well on how you can share it on your website and Facebook. And there'll be another good tool for using in marketing the work that you do with the military community.
Absolutely. And I think that's such a good transition, and we're going to wrap this up in the next minute. So forgive us for going lightning speed. If you guys have a question, if you guys have something that you want to ask us, I want to make sure that we have time for that. So pop it into the question tab. I've been reviewing everything that's in there. So please pop it in so that we have an opportunity to address any questions or concerns that you might have within your local community, or if you just want to pick our brain on something, pop it into that question tab. So as Karina mentioned, we want to impact our military community in a big way. We would love to say that we directly impacted that 23% of military spouse unemployment. So if you take our course, you're not only contributing to the Military Spouse Scholarship Fund, but we want to grow your business so that you can also contribute to your downline. And we want to talk about how to do that here in this class as well. So we're going to be talking about when you do hire a transaction coordinator and you get them licensed, how to stick them in your downline, how to hold small seminars in your local community that educate others on joining you and your mission and what it means to work in the real estate community, and how you can effectively grow your profit share through Keller Williams as well. So we're going to give you, wrapping it up real quick, what would your business look like if you added the military community to it? If you added 6 to 12 clients to your business alone, it would add an additional $7,600 on average per closing. So you guys do the math on that. If you just do one referral from your military business, like we're going to teach you, that's an extra $2,100 a month. And then if you add an additional 2 military spouses or transitioning veterans to your downline, it's going to have a long-term legacy and social impact within the military community, and we want to teach you how to do that. So wrapping it up, here's the details. So if you want to sign up, we want to encourage you to go to mapscoaching.com, click on Covering Your Bases, Military Buyers and Sellers, and click that sign up button. Know when you click and you enter in your information that the portion that Karina and I get from this program is going directly into a spouse scholarship fund so that you can help us educate other military spouses on the beauty of having their real estate license. So I'm going to roll over to the questions bar to see if we got anything else. Karina, you wrap us up as I make sure I address all our questions.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So I'm looking through here and I'm seeing some of the questions over here. One of them is regarding how much does this cost? In order to find out pricing, go to mapscoaching.com. You're going to click on group coaching. There's, I believe, 22 classes in there. Covering Your Bases is up toward the top of that page. Click on Covering Your Bases, Military Buyers and Sellers, and you can find the fee that's being charged for the class right there, and you can sign up. What else do we have?
Jonathan wants to know, if you're not part of MAPS, can you benefit from the course and can you sign up for the class? Yes, Jonathan. And we've also have asked Keller Williams that, so if you know of any agents that aren't Keller Williams that would like to take the course, they have the ability to sign up as well. So we encourage you to get connected with the course and obviously then have a conversation with them about joining Keller Williams because it's awesome.
Woohoo!
So, scholarship, we've got some questions here about scholarships. So love the scholarship fund, Mill Housing Nation, whoop whoop. This can be added to MRP, and yes, VA rep. So Karina and I are actually working on a designation that will evolve past this course, and that was something we worked on with Keller Williams' permission, and we will be announcing that designation that you can earn after you take our course in our Facebook group. So definitely, Marianne, sign up so that we can get you more information on that. The scholarship fund is in partnership, so we work with a nonprofit where all the funds are going to get donated directly to a nonprofit and then distributed to military spouses. So we have a voting process on earning those scholarships, as well as an internal process within Mill Housing Network for our military spouses that are currently employed with us that would like to earn their scholarship. So great question, Shad. Pipes. I'm guessing it's Chad, not Shad, but that's just a guess.
I'm seeing one here from Sharon. Sharon, what if I live 25 to 30 miles away from a base? We'll be addressing that. A lot of our retired veterans in particular, they want to live within driving distance of a base, and that means about an hour's driving distance. So 25 to 30 miles away from a base is not a big deal whatsoever. Another thing to do is to look, and we'll talk to you about this, I think it's in the first class, is to look for VA hospitals in your area to get a better idea of the veteran market in your area.
Yes. And Karina hit the nail on the head. Just because there's not a military base close to you, a lot of times military families settle in their hometown. So you'd be surprised on how many military families are located in your area. And it just starts with changing some simple scripts. And we're going to go through that in the buyers portion of our webinar series on how to change your buyer scripts to discover whether or not somebody's eligible for their VA loan benefits.
Awesome. And I think we've addressed.
Yeah, and I think we're at time. I think we did it. We hit time. Woo woo. Yes. So again, go to mapscoaching.com, click on Covering Your Bases. Karina and I would love to have you part of the program. For any of you that feel like you would love to get connected with us outside, you're welcome to find us on Facebook. And we would love to help you increase your business by working with more military buyers and sellers. So thank you guys so much for joining us today.